Alright, so we are going to go back to our function f of x equals x cubed over 4. And what we're going to do this time, it tells us that if our probability density function is our function here, for our same interval that we just found, 0 to 2, then what we're going to now do is find our cumulative distribution function. So what we need to remember is that our cumulative distribution function for a continuous random variable is defined as f of x equals the definite integral from negative infinity to x of f of t dt. And this is for the interval negative infinity to x to infinity. So, with our given information here, if we want to find our cumulative distribution function f of x will be equal to our definite integral from our lower bound, which in this case is 0, up to x of our function, but we need to replace x with t, so it'll be t cubed over 4 dt. So if you remember from our last example, we integrate that and we know that we will get t to the 4th over 16. And that'll go from 0 to x. Right? So then again, we take our x, we plug it in, and we end up getting x to the 4th over 16. Again, minus 0 just leaves it to that. So once we get this, now we're going to take a look at this on our graph so that we can define all values, because this is going to be for all values between 0 and 2. Well, we need to have our resulting values for numbers outside of that interval. So if you look at our graph, well, we have the interval from 0 to 2. And then we're going to plot this function here. So we're going to plot x to the 4th over 16. Now, we know at 2, when you plug 2 into our function here, it gives us 16 over 16, so that's going to be 1. Because, again, this is our probability density function, and it can't go above 1, right? So then, at 1, you plug in 1 for x. Well, we end up getting 1 over 16, so that's 1/16. Plug in 0, you get 0. So we get a nice curve going up like that. So in order to find our cumulative distribution function, it will be a step function. And what we again have to do is define values outside of our interval. So the first interval that we're looking for here is when values are going to be less than or equal to 0. So when is that, and what is our value going to be? Well, if you're looking over here at our graph, values that are less than 0 will end up being 0. We know that our values between 0 and 2 are going to be our x to the 4th over 16. So then what happens after 2? So greater than or equal to 2? Well, if we look here, our values will be at 1.